Based on a similar chipset and almost identical hardware specs from its older siblings, the Xperia Z and the ZL, the Xperia ZR is a smartphone ideal for Indian climatic conditions. With an IP58 certification under its belt, the phone is dustproof and waterproof, submersible up to 2 meters underwater for almost 30 minutes. Hello and welcome to Technology. This is Salman, and today we're going to review the Sony Xperia ZR. Let us start off with the review with the design and build quality of the phone. On the design front, the Xperia ZR looks similar to the Xperia Z and the ZL variants. When referring to the front panel, while the rear panel looks similar to the ZL. The front is an entire glass panel with just the opening for the earpiece on the top. Alongside are the front camera and the translucent window for the sensors beneath it. The control buttons for menu, back and home are incorporated within the screen itself. The power button is similar to the Z series with a round chrome button placed on the center on the right side. The volume rocker is provided just below the power button, which is pretty slim but highly tactile and responsive. A physical button for the camera shutter is also available on the same side. Below the volume rocker, the earphone jack and the micro USB connectors are placed on the top and left sides respectively and sport a watertight port flap for each. These port flaps ensure that water does not enter the device provided they are shut when not in use. Lastly, the bottom sports two openings, one for the mic and the other for a lanyard. The rear sports the main shooter with an LED flash just below it. On the lower side of the rear panel is a small speaker grill with a water and dust proof mesh installed. The entire chassis is built with a strong weatherproof polycarbonate plastic. The rear panel can be opened to access the battery, micro SIM card and the micro SD card slot. The three are placed well within a small chamber that gets sealed with a rubber gasket placed on the rear panel. The rear panel and the rest of the chassis have a matte finish surface and handset feels very firm and comfortable to grip. The handset weighs 138 grams and measures 67.3 into 131.3 into 10.5 millimeters. Now let's see the features of the phone. As mentioned earlier, the Xperia ZR is a mini version of the big brothers, the Xperia Z and the ZL. The Xperia ZR has almost 90% similar hardware as that of the Z and ZL. Features that are identical are the chipset with the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro, the processor which is a quad-core 1.5 GHz Crate, the GPU which is an Adreno 302, 2 GB of RAM, and the main camera which has a 13 megapixel sensor. Other identical features again are the connectivity options which include Wi-Fi dual band A, B, G and M, 3G and LTE, Bluetooth 4.0, NFC, a GPS and a GLONASS, FM radio and a TV out. What we only found missing was an infrared transmitter from the ZL. Few differences spotted are the reduced resolution at 720 into 1280 pixel display, and the display size is smaller, which is 4.55 inch TFT. It has an 8 GB internal storage, the front VGA camera, and lastly the removable lithium ion 2300 mAh battery. With almost identical hardware and a slightly better battery running on the smartphone, lower resolution display, you are definitely in for a longer battery life. Some features that we could also highlight are the IP certification and the display type. Unlike the Xperia Z, which has an IP57 certification, the ZR sports the IP58 certification, which is a tad higher than the former model. It can be submerged under 1.5 meters of fresh water for up to 30 minutes. As far as the display type is concerned, here too the display is similar to that of the OGS technology used. It is called the OptiContrast and Direct Touch technology, where the layer between the LCD and the touchscreen is eliminated and the surface is coated with a shatterproof layer of additional durability. The display also runs on Reality Pro engine technology for better contrast, sharpness and color with less noise and distortion. The Xperia ZR currently runs on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, but Android 4.4 KitKat is expected in a few days. Performance. As per our routine, we stressed out the phone to get some scores so that we could find out the actual performance of the internal core hardware. In our test, Antutu benchmarks scored around 21,500 and Quadrant scored around 7,600. Nina Mark II was almost useless as the maximum recordable frame rate was 60 frames per second, and the ZR was trying to exceed these limits. Next, moving on to the display and media. We did test the display quality of the ZR by playing a few movies ranging from HD to Full HD. The media playback is excellent, and all thanks to the powerful GPU, there was no shuddering or framing witnessed even in Full HD 1080p content. The display quality is crisp, bright and sharp. The videos are enjoyable. Although the quality of the display is good, we did notice that the brightness levels when pushed to the max affect the black levels and make them look grayish. Put the brightness levels to the auto or reduce it to around 50 to 60% and the display gets a bit darker. Though this level is best suited for watching videos in low light conditions or at night, watching in broad daylight gives you a washed out display. The media playback, file format support and audio quality of the ZR are similar to the Z series. The onboard speaker is pretty loud and clear, but can be shrill in certain types of audio. You may have to reduce the volume a bit to get a comfortable listening experience. Overall, the media performance and experience of the ZR is pretty good and we have no major complaints with the device. Camera. The rear camera, being a 13 megapixel shooter, is similar to the ones on the Z and the ZL. Functions such as geotagging, touch focus, face detection, image stabilization, HDR and sweep panorama are available. The camera can record videos at Full HD 1080p resolution and at 30 frames per second. Full HD 1080p recording in HDR mode is also available. Outdoor still images are good but seems to be a little dark. The image in broad sunlight still seem low on light. Nevertheless, using a simple photo editor software like Picasa can correct the images and make them better. We found similar results in the indoor shots. Overall, the camera performance is not bad but could be a bit better. Battery life. The 2300 mAh battery powering the Xperia ZR lasts pretty long, even with an extreme usage. We tested the device using our standard benchmark procedure, which includes 2 hours of talk time, 2 hours of videos, and 2 hours of internet browsing. The battery lasted these 6 hours with 30% of charge still left on the battery. We also tried 2 hours of video, 2 hours of internet browsing, and 2 hours of gaming, where the battery died just short of 6 hours. To sum up the whole, you can expect the ZR to last you through an entire bright day and even more depending on the type of the usage on the handset. Additionally, Sony has also included the stamina mode in the handset, which can help improve battery life to some extent. Finally, let us see the verdict of the phone. To sum up the whole, if you want a decent quad-core based Android phone with a dust-proof and waterproof body, the Xperia ZR is a great choice. The closest rival handsets we can list out in this price and performance category are the Samsung Galaxy S3, Samsung Galaxy Note 2, Nexus 4, LG Optimus G, and the HTC Desire 600. However, the Xperia ZR additionally has an IP58 certification under its belt, which makes the handset a perfect smartphone for an Indian user in an Indian climatic conditions. Priced at an MRP of around 30,000, the Sony Xperia ZR seems a worthy contender in the market full of smartphones equipped with a quad-core processor. The ZR is presently available for a street price of as low as Rs 26,000, which could give the rivals a run for their money. Finally guys, that's about it for the review. I hope you enjoyed the review and just give you an idea of the Sony Xperia ZR, how it functions and what are the pros and cons of the device. If you have any questions or queries or any feedback, you can please leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to reply to all of them. Also, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and do subscribe to our channel for more videos, more reviews, tutorials, and much more. We're planning on bringing more videos for you guys of new gadgets and stuff. So please do remember to subscribe, like the video, and share your feedback in the comment section below. Finally, thanks for watching the video, and as usual, take care. Peace.